昔なあんなに可愛かったのに。可愛か可愛可愛かったのに。Wasn't 可愛かった something? Ugh, I was translating it like a few days ago. Or no? Okay, let's go from the beginning. Mukashi. I don't know. Well, it's similar to Muzukashi. Mukashi. Mukashi. I don't know. Of course, olden days. Former, long time ago, ages ago. In the past. Mukashi. Olden days. I like this. Olden days. I've never used this before. Like in the old days, sure. Or yeah, Mukashi. Mukashi wa anna ni. Mukashi wa again. Like this bubble. It's everything I've heard before, and I don't understand anything. Mukashi wa anna ni. Anna ni. To that extent, to that degree. Anna ni. To that extent. I'll remember to that extent. Anna ni. Mukashi wa anna ni. Mukashi wa anna ni. Kawaikatta no ni. So it really is kawaii? Because there was one word. There was like a bubble. And there was this kawaii something. And I was like, cute? But it was something else. Wait. Now it bugs me. Kawaii. Wait, it wasn't this chapter? I can find it. Maybe it was this chapter. Oops. Kawaii so. This was it. This was it. Kawaii so. Okay. Poor, pitiable, pathetic, pitiful, poor. I like pitiful, poor. Kawaii so. Okay. Kawaii so. But no. Mukashi wa anna ni kawaikatta no ni. And this noni. Although, when, and yet, despite this, in spite of this, even though, but even so, but even then, however, nevertheless, for all that, notwithstanding that, while, if only. When you use after plain verb in the rentake form, may be interchangeable with. Or is this koto? No koto ni? Koto ni? Although, despite, even though. So, mukashi wa anno ni kawaikatta no ni. I guess the sentence, yeah, continues, but so far it's although in the old days to the extent, to the degree. I don't know how to translate this. So kawaii, kawaii katta. So we're cute to an extent. Okay. So although in the old days you were cute to an extent. Okay. Nande konna ni anna ni konna ni. Like, is it to an extent far away, to an extent here? I don't know, man. I'm confused. Okay, let's read it first. Nande konna ni yasagurete shimatta no kashira? Ooh, I've heard this no kashira before. Oh no, it's kashira. Shimatta no. So is this no? Nande konna ni yasagurete shimatta no kashira? Is this no acting as iru? Or is it nominalizer? I don't know. I don't understand anything again. Strange. So nande. Why? I guess in this case. Why? For what? By what means? Shortened from nandes. Nani? Nandes or nanides? Nande konna ni. Like this. In this way. So anna ni oh, to that degree. So much. Oh, okay. I remembered it incorrectly. So it's not to the degree, to that degree. So, because to a degree, or to the degree, and to that degree, it's a huge difference. So, although in the past you were so much, you were so cute, or you were adorable to that extent. Yeah, sure. Nande konna ni. So konna ni is in that way. In this way. In this way. Nande konna ni yasagurete. Yasagureru. I don't know what that is. Yasagureru. Yasagurao. Yasagureru. Okay. To sulk. To be peevish. Peevish. I've heard that before, but it's not really a used word. Come on, this keyboard is terrible. What is more silence? Fretful. Perversely obstinate. Marked by ill temper. What? Careless. What?
Querulous.
Say what? Querulous. Querulous.
Querulous.
Querulous. I've never heard this word before. Or I've never read this word before even. Querulous. Querulous. Habitually complaining. Querulous. Fuck me. Sorry. Yasagurete to sulk. Yasagurete. Shimatta no kashira. Ah, okay. So, why did you in that way were sulking? Why were you sulking in that way? Okay, so yasagurete, the form, yeah, from yasagururu. Yasagururu means to sulk. Shimatta, I understand that shimatta is past tense of polite. Wait, shimatta, right? No, I can just. Wait, what? No, that would be shimashita. Come on. No. I'm confused from polite Japanese. Shimasen, shimashita, shimasen deshita. Of course, shimasen deshita. Okay, so this is completely wrong. After deaf form indicates a resultant action while implying unexpectedness, usually to the extent that is accidental, but as there are varying degrees, it can be light enough that it isn't noticeable. Well, that's long. Parentheses. Shimatta. Shimatta. Oops, oh dear. Damn it. Shimao. If they were to form to end up doing, yeah. Shimaru. Shimaru. To be shut, to close, to be closed. To be locked, to tighten, alright. Shimaru. says this one indicates a resultant action while implying unexpectedness, usually to the extent it is accidental. Shimata no Kashira. What was the Kashira? I don't remember. I wonder. Maybe, probably, perhaps, I guess. Kana. I wonder. So I guess this is Iru. Where is it? What? So it's only after that form? It's not even here. So is this just sentence ender with emotional emphasis? What? Confident conclusion? I don't know, man. So, nande? Why? In this way or in that way? Yasagurete, yasagururu, sulk. Shimata indicates a, what was it? An activity that was done to an unexpected extent. What? Resultant action, that's important. So indicates resultant action. Wow. Indicates a resultant action while implying unexpectedness. Indicates resultant action while implying unexpectedness. Kashira, I wonder. So, why did you have to sulk because of it in that way? I wonder. Something like that. But this no. I think you can use it as iru also after also after past tense. Don't I have a bookmark? Oops. Where are bookmarks? Oh, here. Here. is contraction of no. Okay, maybe I'm mistaking it with something, but so it's just a sentence ender, I guess. It's like the emotional emphasis. Alright, let's read it again. Mukashi wa anna ni kawaikatta no ni nande なんでこんなにやさぐれてしまったのかしら You used to be such a sweet little girl. When did you turn into such a bitch? Miss... Wait, what? Miscreant? Are you serious? Querulous. I've heard that. I heard that for the first time today, and now miscreation.
Miscreant.
Unbelieving, heretical. I don't think so. Depraved, villainous. Okay, so she's calling her a villain. Okay. I don't like this translation. Let's see this guy. You were so cute back then. How did you become such a delinquent? Huh. I don't think that translations are correct because this... Even this doesn't fit. Running away from home. A runaway child. So let's say this would be a noun. I don't think we can use big te for as a particle, you know, like wa. It's big te. So my point being, I still think this is a verb. This is also a verb. So I think the translation is, well, again, free and not really true to the literal meaning. Okay, let's go. No, I want to read it again. So, mukashi, back then, in the old days. Annani, so much, to that extent, to that... What is the other word? Degree. Kawaii katta, or cute. Noni, although. Nande, why. Konnani, in this way, or in that way. Yasagurete, sulk, shimatta, a resultant activity, often surprising, shimatta, no, just sentence ender, kashira, I wonder. Asagurete nai wayo. Asagurete. So is it a verb? Is it a noun? No, I don't think so. I'm not sulking. But then, shouldn't it be somehow more in a past tense? I was not sulking. Maybe the translations of this have their, I'm forgetting the word, truth here. Asagurete shimata no kashira. I don't know. Asagurete nai wayo. Sulking not. Wayo. Emphatic sentence ending particle. Emphatic sentence ending particle. Indicates emotion or admiration. Indicates emotion or admiration. Indicates emphasis. Ring, circle, loop, hoop, wheel. Oh. Is it the 7 circles incident in Ariana Grande? Oh, there was something else. Oh, it's rings. Did you really get a tattoo on the bottom side of the hand? Because, like, I've heard that if you have tattoos on places that rub frequently, like it will get like smeared, smudged, because of, I don't know, but like, so in between finger tattoos are bad. This might be okay, I guess. It doesn't matter much. I was just interested if it's the same kanji, and it is. And how should it be? Yeah, okay. No. Give me the answer. Uh, okay, but what is the what is the correct what is the correct answer? Mm-hmm. Like, it's fine. If it's read like this, sure. Why not? But yeah, I remember when it happened. It was everywhere on the internet. Poor Ariana. Well, like, yeah. She, I guess, could have consulted a professional, which I'm really surprised she had not. Asagure well, I'm not sulking, but I'm not delinquent. I'm not a mi- miscreant. Man, I have never heard that word before. B- before today. Miscreant.
Miscreant.
No, miscreant. Oh yeah, here's the dash apostrophe. Miscreant. Miscreant. Oya, oya ni mo mondai ga aru ki ga suru. Uh, I've heard this before. Mondai. Aya. What is aya ni mo? Aya. Oya. Wait, isn't oya like a slang term for you? What? No. Oyaji. Isn't oyaji. That's oi. Sorry. That's oi. Oi. Gimme. Oi. Kitekuru. Parents. Dealer. In cards. mahjong, founder, owner, parents. Oya. Oya ni mo mondai ga mondai. Question, problem, issue. Aru. Why is there the ni? Oh yeah. Oh, because there's aru. Wait, but okay. If I ignore the particles which are confusing me, it would be parents are no. It's not parents are also the issue. Well, either it's parents are also the issue, or parents have also issues. Kiga suru. Oya ni mo and I think parents are also the problem. Kiga suru. Kiga suru. What, they are moody? Oh yeah, parents. More. Oh, I know all the words. I need the translation in this. Yes! Oh no. They're not moody. Kinga suru. To have a certain mood or feeling. To have a hunch. Or I feel as if. In this case. So, kinga suru. Yeah, I feel like. So, what I feel like parents are also the problem. Seems like parenting might have been the cause. Okay, give me a better, more literal translation. I think the parents might off. Yeah, this should be might have had something to do with it. I think the parents might have had something to do with it. I'm still trying to crack down this sentence. Because, like, yes, I understand every word. It's just that I'm not really sure. Oya ni mo mondai. Parents have problems. You see? This is parents have problems. My issue is that if you say oya ni mo aru, but then it wouldn't be aru, right? It would be iru because they are animate. Sure. Yeah, but still, like, oya ni mo iru. There are also parents. I don't know, in that room. So why the ni? Why isn't it like oya? Okay, I guess this is the only way. Oya ni mo mondai garu. Oya ni mo mondai garu. Oya ni mo mondai ga aru kiga suru. I feel like I have a hunch, or you have a certain mood or feeling to want to do kigasuru. Oh, I feel like doing something. Okay. This was more difficult. Well, it wasn't difficult words. It's just I didn't know any of them. Tora. Wait, isn't she called? What was the Tora? Oh, tiger. Tora. Torako. Tora. Koi. Kia. Koi is come. Kia, is it like ugh or scream? Kia. Oh, okay. This is like, I hate the Asian showing of come here like this. It's so wrong on so many levels. Because, like, in Western culture, you show your hand and come here. This is come here. This is go away. And they are showing like this. Like, it happened to me real life. A Korean family moved next door, and one time this Korean woman was, I don't know, I don't remember, she wanted to talk to me, and she was doing like this, and I was like, oh, she wants me to go away because I had a dog, so maybe she was like afraid of it or something. And then so I started walking away, and she was like, no, 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 no. And I was like, oh, she means come here. And then I realized that they have it other way around, because like this is come. And it's also, I think, I'm not sure, I'm guessing, but think it has roots in, like, I'm showing you I have nothing in my hand, like no weapon, I am not dangerous, come. I have nothing in my hand, come. I'm not dangerous, come. But that I'm just being creative. Hora, look. Tora no kuruma kirei. Look. Tora's car is pretty. What? Mo moeru. What? What is that? Oh. Moeru. Moeru. To burn. To burst into bud. Moeru. To burn. Moeru. Okay, if this is going to be difficult, I'm stopping. Ahahaha. Kuruma wa tetsu dakara moenai. Kuruma wa tetsu. Is tetsu metal? No, wait, Full Metal Alchemist. It was ko ha, I don't remember. So car I guess is metal, that's why it doesn't burn. Soka, I see. Cars can burn, they are made of metal. Nice. That's so that's why. Oh my god. Okay, so Kami-sama no Memocho. That's, he was supposed to be like super muscular. The books are amazing. Recommends. Okay, but I understood this. I translated it correctly. Well, I guessed this, but ahaha. Kuruma wa tetsu dakara moenai. Yeah. So cars are made of iron or metal. So it's just metal or iron? Is it just iron or metal? Iron. Are made of iron. That's why they don't burn. そうか、I see. いや、そうじゃなくて、oh my god. そうじゃない。Why is there not just そうじゃない？そうじゃない。そうじゃなくて。It's like there's no deform. Or is it like negative of some deform? What? So it is negative of a deform? Wait, no, it's a deform of a negative. Oh. Uh, okay, I'll not think hard about it right now. I'm not in the mood of Googling some grammar. But like it is that form of negative, it seems. I just don't understand why it's there. So is it just short? Is it missing uh jana kutte ru? And it would be like present continuous. So I guess it's just like they are not, or it is not, but like you want to say it in present continuous. So you just say the deaf form of a negative, and then there should be iru, I guess, in the end. So janakutteru, janakutteru, janakute no. I don't know, man. I don't know. Wow, kirei ne. Whoa, it's pretty. Nah. 大丈夫なのか、うん、大丈夫。So, how should I translate it? Is this fine? Is this, or is this going to be alright? Is this alright? What? Endorsing and questioning the preceding statement. Yeah, that would fit. 大丈夫. I need to learn this. 大丈夫なのか? It is alright. Is this safe? Okay. Daijobu. Safe. Kore daijobu nano ka? This. Is this safe? This is safe. Are you sure? You see, kore. So the only thing that changed in these two sentences is kore, which is this. And the translator completely changed the sentence. Is this bad for my car? Like, this is too much, I would say. Is this safe? Is this really safe? Yeah, sure. How much more? Oh, okay. A lot. I'll just read this, but I'm not going to translate. いいか、子供はあんなのじゃなくて、So, いいか, is it alright? Or, no, it's, take whatever. In this context, no. Is it alright? Kodomo wa anna no. Well, annani was to that extent. Anna no. Janakute. And again, this is so this deaf form of a negative again. Ko koyu chisana hanabi o shiro. Hi. Alright. I'll continue next time.